problem. Some close to the city hall, but some also 2 hours from here.
Yeah.
3 hours from here.
Yeah. Although in Jakarta, 2 hours is not very far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Indonesia is a huge country. It's a country of some 250 million people, and what goes along with that is that it has some 20,000 politicians. I'm delighted now to introduce you to the man who is the most popular politician in Indonesia, the most popular of all those 20,000. He's a governor, he's a Metallica fan. Is he a presidential candidate? More on that a little bit later. His formal title is the Governor Jokowi of Jakarta. Governor, thanks so much for speaking to us. You would have read the poll yesterday that said that you are the most popular politician in Indonesia, that you could become the next president if you wanted to be. How does it feel to be that popular?
I don't know. Until now, I'm still focused on Jakarta problem. Flood, traffic jam, and then treasure market, street fighter.
Yeah.
I have many problems here, so I don't want to think about survey or about politics.
Yeah, but it must be nice to know. I mean, you're fairly new to the job. You became the governor in September last year, and so you haven't been there very long, but to know you have that much support already, it must be a good feeling.
Yeah, I think that the first important is how to build the people trust to my province government. It's very important because when the people trust to the government, they will support our program.
Now, you've mentioned there are a lot of challenges in Jakarta. There still are. It's built on a floodplain. It floods regularly. The traffic is very, very difficult. Public transport is an issue. There's lots of poverty. So all of these things you had to deal with. Let's start, I think, with housing for the poor. You've got this program of taking people out of the slums and into low-cost housing, low-cost rental apartments. How does that work?
Yeah, start on June next month. We will start to build the vertical housing, the low-cost housing, to relocate people from the river bank, then also from around of the dam, and we move to the vertical housing because we will normalizing the river.
So these are slums that are built around the river?
Yeah.
So
some yes, some near the river,
yeah.
But some also 7 kilometers from the river.
Okay. So when you're building these new buildings, the new apartments, where are they going to be? Are they where the slums are, or are they somewhere else?
No, first we build this in the other area.
Right.
After ready the housing, then we move the people there.
Okay. How many people do you need to move in a city like Jakarta?
For example, in Pluit Dam, we must move around 7,000 family
In one dam?
in one dam. And then in Jakarta there is 13 rivers cross Jakarta. In one river, for example, like Ciliwung rivers, we must relocate around 34,000 family to the vertical housing.
So how many across the whole city?
Yeah, 13 rivers.
13 rivers?
Yeah.
So once you add all that up, how many people are we talking about across the whole city?
Now still in process. already from our database, we know already only from Pluiden, this 7,000, and Ciliwung River, this 34,000.
So we don't know how many, you'll have to find that out. How much does it cost to do all of that?
Every block, every block of the vertical housing apartment, there is 96 rooms, and the cost one block is $1.8 million US dollar.
It's a lot less than I thought it would be.
This only one block.
Yes, but once you add it all up, where do you get the money from to do that? This is a massive.
Of course, from our local budget.
Yeah. The taxes?
Yes, from the tax.
That's right.
From hotel tax, from parking tax, from car tax, from restaurant tax.
Okay, so a lot of taxes that go into doing this. One of the other things that you've tried to do is introduce healthcare cards for the poor. Now, I understand there are probably about nearly 5 million people who would be eligible.
Yes, 4.7.
And
yes.
what would happen? They would take these cards and they would go into hospitals or something like that, and they would get free treatment. Is that the idea?
Yes, we have what we call Jakarta health card. We give to the poor, and then from the clinic, and then also from our hospital, we give free healthcare.
So you've said 4.7 million people are eligible, but how many people are actually using them at the moment? Do you know?
No, this already we give to 1.7 million people already yesterday.
Okay, so there's still what, 3 million people to go. So how long will it take, do you think, to roll out all of this healthcare?
I think end of this year is already. Yes.
Another year?
Yeah.
1 year. I've been reading that there have been some problems with people using these cards. They've been going to hospitals, for example, and being rejected. Things like that. Hospitals would refuse to serve them or tell them that their card didn't work when they didn't really know what was going on. Have you heard those stories?
Yes, but I think the system, this in process. Yeah. So this system we must improve every month, every week, every day. We must improve because this new system. But in fact, the people need this kind.
Well, there's no doubt that people need it, but to roll out a project like that is difficult.
Yeah, but hospital, yes. Some of, they don't have enough room to cover the people who go to the hospital. Yes,
right.
But we will build the new hospital.
So you have to build
this year.
You have to build new hospitals.
Yes.
To cope with the number of people who are now going to be using these healthcare cards. Right, so how long do you think it will take before Jakarta has a healthcare system where these 4.7 million poor people will be able to...
In 2 years.
2 years. How many hospitals do you need to build?
I think now this already joined with our Jakarta health card is 93 hospital.
Okay.
And then from the government, the national government, and then provincial government, we have 23. So I think we need only maybe 3 or 4 hospitals in.
Okay, all right. Public transport and getting around in Jakarta generally, traffic is a big issue. Everyone wants to talk about it. One of the things that you are now beginning to work on is this mass rapid transit system. So like a big train system. It's a very hard thing for a city that's as big as Jakarta already to try to implement this. How are you going to go about that?
The planning of the MRT this already 24 years ago. And then monorail, the planning is already 14 years ago. And not yet decided. This last month, this already we decide for the MRT. So this starting from MRT. It's already start. We have decided the contractor, this from Japan already, and then next month we will decide also for monorail.
So you're going to do the MRT, which is like a subway system.
Yeah, this subway system MRT,
and
then elevated this
and a monorail above ground. You said these plans for 24 years or 14 years respectively. Why was no action taken on those plans?
I don't know. I don't know. But now this already decided.
So
and then already start for MRT, and then next month I will decide, and then also start for monorail.
How long will it take to finish that project?
Monorail, 3.5 years.
And
then for MRT, around 7 years. 6-7 years already.
Because I'm just looking at this program, you're building apartments that will have to house poor people that are in the slums, probably millions of people. You've got these healthcare cards that now you're going to have to build hospitals in the next few years. You're going to build a whole subway system in the next 6 to 7 years and a monorail system in 3.5 years. Are you at all worried that you're not going to be able to do all of this within those
No,
times?
we have money. In our budget we have money. And only how to manage the money, how to manage the budget. Only like that. For example, like Jakarta Healthcare, we use from our local budget. And then Jakarta Smart Card for the free education, we use from local budget. And then for vertical housing, we use also from our budget. But for monorail, this investment
It's private.
Yeah, private, totally from private.
The other big project you have is dredging, and Jakarta is built on a floodplain. It floods regularly. We've just seen some terrible floods in Jakarta earlier this year, and so you're going to dredge near the rivers, I understand, to try to reduce some of the flooding. This again, a very big project, but will you have to destroy buildings that are currently there in order to do that?
Yeah, in fact, flooding in Jakarta was not an easy problem to handle. It's not easy. But start this year, we already normalizing the dam in fluid, and then also I think on September, October, we also start with 4 rivers, this Ciliwung, and then Pesanggerahan River, and then Angke River, and then Sunter River. So, normalizing start.
But with these sorts of projects, and you could say where you have to build high-rise housing, all of these projects that have a lot of construction, and even the monorail and the subway system, it's going to involve taking land that people currently have buildings on, isn't it? I mean, and how do you deal with that opposition?
After normalizing the rivers, and then also when we have also normalizing the dam, and then we have also what we call the dipel, resapan, sumur resapan. This
absorption, something like absorption well.
Yeah, this for absorb the water. We have also program in this year, what we like a biopori, and then also what we call deep
Well,
sumur.
well,
Sumur resapan berarti deep
deep well to reservoir.
deep well ya, deep well.
Yeah.
Yeah, deep well. I think when we have the program that's like that, I'm sure that we can solve the problem. But this need process.
Well, yes. And you do have people that are there, for example, in some of the floodplains in the dam,
Yes,
you've got squatters there.
We have already the planning. We have already.
Well, what's going to happen to those people?
Yeah, like I told you, the people in the riverbank, for example, we move to the new location.
Okay. But not all of them are necessarily poor. So will they get their own new housing, or only the poor people will get that housing? How will you deal with that?
Yeah, new housing. We move to the new housing, to the new vertical housing.
Everybody that's
Yeah.
on those floodplains. One of the things about your governing style that's very interesting is that it's very connected to the people, it's very open. And you've done something very interesting, which is to put some of your meetings, film them, put them on YouTube.
Yeah, every day I stay in the office maybe only 1 hour. After that, I go to the campo, visit to the people, visit to come to the traditional market, then ask about the problem there, to know what the people need, to know what the people want, because I always listen to the citizen aspiration. It's very important for me to make the policy.
But the citizens are listening to you too, because you're
Yes, of
you're
course.
filming your staff meetings
Yes, of
and
course.
putting them on YouTube, and people can then watch them. Why have you done that?
I think the first important to know the people need, to know the people want, and then after that, if there is problem there, I can call to my staff then to solve the problem direct. If we can solve direct, yeah, we solve direct. If not, maybe we need 1 week or we need 2 months or 3 months. Yeah, we do. But we decide not in the office. We decide not in the office.
Right. What sort of reaction do you get from voters who watch these staff meetings online?
Yeah, people, they of course, they appreciate, yeah, because we can decide very fast, and yeah, people know that we work. Our staff also, they work.
Yeah, they get to see you work.
Yeah.
They also,
And then also our chief of sub-district and district, they work. Only how to inform to the people that we work.
they see you work, and some of the most interesting things they see is you yelling at the public servants occasionally. Why do you think that's important for people to see?
Yeah, just to give the perception that the government know the problem. I mean, the province government know the problem, and we solve the problem.
But when you're yelling at a public servant because they're not doing something that you want them to do, is there a message you're sending to the people of Jakarta about the public service?
Yeah.
What are you trying to tell the people about the public service?
No, that every time, every month, or every year, we always improve our service to the people, our services to the people.
I have to talk about 2014. about the presidential election. You're ahead in the polls. You've got a vote, if you want it, you've got a vote there that is a long way ahead of the nearest rival. I think you're at 29%, and I think Prabowo is second at the moment with about 16% of the vote. Everybody wants to know whether or not you're going to run next year, because it seems that if you did, you'd have a very good chance of becoming president. Will you do it?
And then I'm still focused on my problem in Jakarta. Like I told you, for flood, for traffic jam, and for free healthcare, for free education, and then to build the vertical housing. That's my job now. And I don't want to think about the election.
You must have thought about it. And you would know that the field at the moment for the president doesn't really have a standout candidate. If you wanted to become the president, this would be your best chance, wouldn't it?
No, I don't want to think about that.
Not at all?
No.
Would you consider...
No.
Would you consider running as a vice president, perhaps, with Megawati?
I don't know. You can ask to Ibu Megawati.
But see, you haven't said no yet. Have you made a decision? Have you said in your own mind, I definitely will not run?
No, because really I'm still focused in problem of Jakarta.
I think
we have many problems, in Jakarta.
Yes, well, it's one more town.
And I want to focus in this problem.
We'll find out, I suppose, a bit later on, maybe next year. I want to touch on the issue of corruption, because it's a big issue in Indonesia at the moment. And you have been, you've spoken out against corruption, and there's a story that concerns a guitar that Metallica gave you, which is a very good way of illustrating this. Tell us about the guitar that Metallica gave you when they were in town.
Yeah, there is the music promoter from Jakarta. He goes to US, and then he met the bassist of Metallica, and then he told to Robert Trujillo that our governor like you, fans of you.
You're a Metallica fan.
Yeah. And then from Trujillo, he gave me the bass.
Bass guitar. Yeah. And then there's footage of you playing this bass guitar on television, I think it was. So it must have been, as a Metallica fan, you must have loved that. But then,
yeah, of course.
But then you gave the bass guitar to a corruption body, is that right?
Yes. I gave to the corruption body because in my feeling, this bass guitar, people think that this gratification.
Right, so it might be like a bribe or something like that. So you gave it
that I give to the corruption body.
So you gave it voluntarily. They didn't ask you. You gave it to them.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that they would say it's okay and give it back to you?
Yesterday, this already decided from corruption body that the bass guitar is gratification. So now owned by state.
Yeah. So the guitar is now state property. Do you ever look at that guitar and just wish that it was yours?
I don't know, but yeah, of course, I like this bass guitar, but Yeah, in fact, when the Carlson body said that this gratification, yes,
Well, yeah, you have to accept it. And I suppose the message is more important than the symbol.
Yeah.
But I can't let you go before I hear more about your musical tastes, because I was not expecting that the governor of Jakarta and perhaps the next president of Indonesia was a metal fan, was a Metallica fan. Have you been into Metallica for a long time?
Yes, because from 30 years ago, 30 years ago, I like Metallica,
Megadeth?
Yeah, Judas Priest, and then
Judas
Deep Purple,
Priest, you like
yeah,
Judas Priest fan?
and then Deep Purple,
Yeah.
Queen. Yeah.
So I'm possibly the biggest Queen fan in the world. Could we have a lengthy conversation about Queen?
No, I like metal, that music, because give what we call give the
Freedom.
spirit.
Yeah. There's a lot of energy in it.
Yeah, it give a lot of energy.
What's your favourite Metallica song?
Many.
Yeah.
We have one,
Oh,
Shiane,
yep.
and then the House of Jackblade.
Yes.
And,
Oh, then you've read some classics. And you're also a Led Zeppelin fan, aren't you?
yes, it's Zeppelin also.
So would you say it's fair that in your mind they don't make music today like they used to make music back in the 70s and the 80s?
And for Led Zeppelin, I like the drummer.
Oh, yes.
John Bonham.
Yes. Well, have you ever had a chance to see Led Zeppelin? They started playing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you should. I'm sure they would play for you because they'll have some sense of the fact that you're a very important man. Governor Jokowi, thank you so much for speaking to us. It's been an honour to be accepted into the office and have a chance to talk. That's Joko Widodo is the governor of Jakarta, affectionately known in these parts as Jokowi, speaking to us there. A very special edition of RN Drive.